And I was super excited because that was my very first time traveling on a plane. Can you imagine? Hello little silver family, how are you doing? I hope you're fine. Welcome back to my channel and welcome back to this video. For my subscribers, thank you so much, I do appreciate. For new viewers, welcome to this channel and please consider to subscribe.
You're having fun. Why don't you show your friends?
And on my series of my Vlogmas stories, I have been sharing my life. I'm letting all my subscribers know me more this Christmas, and that is my gift to you. And I hope we grow together until the end of this year and also next year, inshallah, until infinity. In today's video, I'm going to share a funny story that happened to me. So there has been stories, for example, in Kenya about character development. And character development is a situation whereby it's mostly when it's mostly love and boyfriend or partnership experience. And in this character development, what you do is you date a person and you walk away with lessons, or you walk away with heartbreaks. So that means the experience shapes you for the next relationship or the next partner. So mine is sort of a dilemma. I'm not sure if it's character development or it's karma. So it was back in 2015. I had it was 1 year after I finished my university, and I was open-minded, ready to face the world. I am a very open-minded person, or I would say I'm a very random person, especially when it comes to travel. I love to travel. And I met this person. I'm not even sure where we met. I totally cannot remember the application or the site where we met, but it's just definitely was somewhere online. So I met this guy. He was a Chinese person, but from Taiwan, because I came to understand that in the Chinese Republic we have different I don't know, there's Taiwan, there's Hong Kong, and there's China and other things. I didn't know all those categories. So this person was a professor in a university, and well, we didn't talk in regards to education or anything. It was like dating. He was my date, and he was a little bit mature. He was a little bit mature, but the thing that got me excited and wasichana watu wanaweza tupoteza. I think you can all relate, like when someone touches on something that you love, you tend to like this person based on that thing or towards that thing. So this person was like, can we travel? And I was like, yes, we can travel. But one dilemma was I didn't have my passport then, and subconsciously I was trying, I don't know, for a job in the Middle East. That was the first time I was trying for a job in the Middle East, and for some reason I had given my passport to an agent, and I had doubts. I didn't know which job they are going to look for me. So that time I got really this good deal, like this man who wanted us to travel, and I don't have my passport. He was like, okay, can you get your passport? So I called my friend who had connected me to the agent, and I needed to get the passport ASAP. So first challenge, I needed to get the passport, and the agent made me pay. Like, they fined me because they said apparently they had started the process of applying for a job for me, and now I was backing out because I had doubts with the agency, and it was like the application had progressed. You see these things you engage in and you are in, but you're not in, and then you cannot stop the process. So yeah, sort of. Then they asked me for $100 to pay. My dilemma was I didn't build a relationship with this person because this was the first time we are meeting or we are going together. So it's the first time we have talked. I'm trying to sort my passport and I don't have $100. I had nothing. I wasn't working. I was just surviving in Nairobi. I didn't have this $100 and I needed my passport like ASAP. My friend helped me source for $100 and I was like, I'll pay when I get back. But my goal was, let me just travel, go and come to sort my issues when I come back. So the plan was we go to Ethiopia, and then from Ethiopia we will travel to Egypt, and then I'll come back and he goes back to Taiwan. And I was super excited because that was my first time, my very first time traveling on a plane. Can you imagine? Okay, time came. I got my passport, he booked the flights, and I didn't have nothing, no single coin. Sikuwa na kakitu. And we went to Ethiopia. I remember on that site, I still met, I met a guy. Like, there was a time, because I was getting bored, he would leave me in the hotel and he would go for some, to visit some universities because he had meetings with other professors. So I was like, okay, what can I do? Because I'm in the hotel and I'm doing sort of nothing. And I think also he was a little bit stingy because he didn't used to give me like money. Like, you know, if he was a gentleman, he would be like, okay, take this money, go to the museum and we'll meet later in the afternoon. But we would go to places together, but he wouldn't give me some like cash to go to places alone, and I didn't have money to go to places alone. The shame. So yeah, so I was living my life. I was going on dates. I remember one time I actually went on a night out and I met this awesome person. We went partying. I was just comfortably dropped in the hotel, and when he asked me, I was like, I went out and I didn't explain myself. So anyway, no grudge was taken. I think as of like, he didn't show me that he was mad. I never tell because he didn't ask me or confront me of anything. Okay, then the last 3 days of the trip, I think we went for like a week. So the last few days of the trip, we traveled around. We went to the museum, we went to the park. There's another mountain tribe we went to, and it was beautiful. Then it was time for us to go to Egypt. So we were trying to find an agent in Egypt to be able to organize for us and book for us flights and a place to stay. So when we went to the agency in Ethiopia, to my shock, they said they cannot process anything for me because I needed a visa to Egypt. Information I didn't know. The ignorance. I needed to have a visa, but this visa I needed to take it from Kenya so that when I go to Ethiopia, I already have a visa and I could go to Egypt. So that's where me and Egypt broke up. I didn't proceed to Egypt. So what we did, we changed my Egypt flight to back home, and I used the flight from Egypt to back home as my return flight from Ethiopia to home. But then when we went to the airport, there was some issue with my flight and changing and everything. I don't know what they needed to confirm, but there was a problem. And remember, I don't have a single coin. I have nothing. Even this person at some point asked me like, how do you live? And I couldn't answer that question by the how do we live without like a single coin? I don't know, but I used to live. I cannot explain. So so it happened that we are facing a problem with my flight to go back to Kenya. I don't have any money I can book myself a flight. This person is stingy-ish. His boarding time came up and he had to board. I am left stranded in the airport. I don't have any single money, and the problem is my card is not the one that booked the flight. So anytime I try to follow up with the airport officials, it was, oh, where is the person with the card? Can you contact them? And I'm like, I couldn't contact them because from Ethiopia to those Taiwan or Chinese is like more than 10 hours. The torture. They didn't solve that problem up until the flight that I knew I would go back to Kenya with left. And the other flight was to be the next day in the afternoon. And I don't have a single coin. The airline will not book me any accommodation. So I slept at the airport and it was cold. It was cold. I even tried to cry. I couldn't cry because it's like you see those problems that you create for yourself and you feel harsh on yourself. Like you cannot cry because the instinct of crying is to seek help and someone should help you. So I could not cry because I have caused the problem myself. I cannot help myself. So I was at the airport up until I think 6 a.m. Then I was stranded with also other people, and there was this guy who was seated near me. So we started talking, and he was like, his flight also got delayed, and he needed to go and sleep. So I do not remember actually if I told him I was stranded and I didn't have money or he just offered. But at no attachment, guys, don't judge me, no attachment. And I said I'm going to risk because first of all I came to Ethiopia with a stranger. I'm left stranded, so I can as well go with another stranger. So I went with this stranger and shared his hotel. His flight was earlier than mine.
There's nothing left for me to do but run and act myself a fool. No point in trusting anyone. Your eyes are diamonds, keep me up.
I slept for a few hours, I think maybe 3 hours or 4 hours. Then I came back and I had to wait like more than 6 hours again to board a flight to Kenya. That was it. But I was penniless. I slept at the airport. It was cold. I couldn't help myself. I couldn't call no one. I didn't even have a boyfriend that time. And even if I had a boyfriend, who can be called by their girlfriend? They are in another country and they are stranded. First of all, how did they get there? So after that I went home. I think that was a very stressing trip. I don't even remember telling anyone this story, so yeah. This is Vlogmas. The secret is out. I'm letting my story out because I've been on this beautiful journey and I'm learning to open up. And opening up means as well sharing my stories without fear, and I don't mind being judged. So the lesson I learned from this experience is it shaped me. From that moment, I always planned my trips. I made sure even if I got invited to a trip, I had to have money. These days, even going on a date, I have money. Like the way I'm usually proud. You call me on a date and maybe you get late. You'll find I've ordered coffee and I'm drinking. Sometimes I even order coffee, pay up, like, so that you don't think, oh, I've already started using your money. But as well, we appreciate gentlemen, and I know there are good people there. So that was it. That was my first travel trip scandal, and I never spoke to this person again. The only sad part is one day we went to visit some children's home, and I really connected with some kid in Ethiopia, and it pains me I would never see them again, because I thought maybe I would go back and see them again. I still have their picture on my drive, but I hope they are okay. I hope they are well. So that's it for this beautiful story, my experience. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And also, if you find anything else that if you watch my videos you feel like you have anything to question, or maybe something I mentioned in one of the videos and you feel, oh, explain to us about this, I'm free. It's Vlogmas. I'm giving you Vlogmas stories, basically my life. So you're welcome.